Dr. Joshi, may I ask you, what is your observation in an industrial application?
We have tried out in one pharma company where they use
Pharma as a pharmaceutical
yeah,
company.
pharmaceutical company. They manufacture various antibiotics and painkillers. So they need a good amount of good quality of water. In order to get the water, they boil the water up to certain degree, and they use the distilled water. So whatever the steel vessels they use to boil that particular water, they have to clean it. At every third week they clean it because there is a deposits on the inner layer of the vessels, and those deposits are the minerals and ions and all. So every third week they clean it thoroughly.
How do they clean it? Chemical
They
wash?
use the chemical wash. Yeah.
I see.
Usually the chlorine and hydrogen peroxide they use for cleaning those things. So when they have been supplied the Kiko vessels, and they have used the Kiko water to clean those process, and they found that there are less deposits. There are less deposits of the minerals in the inner sides of the steel vessels, and easier to clean those vessels.
So what happened to this pharma company? What did they ask you? Why is this phenomenon happening?
They said that if we can check the Kiko water on the scientific background, then we can find out that what are the qualities in the Kiko water which help us to clean out the inner layer of the steel vessels easily.
Maybe you should give the scientific explanation to this pharma company as to why Kiko water helps in this.
Mr. Joshi, my suggestion is that it's not a chemical reaction that's occurring. That's just a byproduct.
Right.
It's a physical or physics
Right.
of the water that's changing.
Right.
And if you can portray that, these three physics points here, if
Right.
you can portray that to the end user, they should be able to understand that because they're seeing the after effect. What they don't know is the science behind it.
Right.
And the science, can you repeat again what are the three things?
Yeah,
that,
the water will vibrate faster.
Yeah.
The far infrared energy will absorb much, much higher, and the surface tension will be reduced.
maybe you can tell us a little bit from the industrial application. Maybe I can extend it to the animal livestock. What's your experience in that?
Animal livestock?
Yes.
In what way, Mr. Tan?
Using Kiko water, what's the benefit? What's observing? Like you had some experiences on livestock, cows or horses. Maybe share a little bit of your observations.
Sure. I mean, water is water. It's very mysterious. People just take it for granted. We have water for application for agriculture, aquarium. We've discussed boilers. There's also application for cooling tower. Going into livestock, yes, we have many clients here using it for dairy cows, goats, sheep, poultry, horses. And what happens is they drink the energized water. The observation is skin color or hair colors much brighter. You'll see brightness of the skin color, the hair color. The animals seem to be more energetic, and especially in hot seasons, they have a healthy appetite. And that's what you need to have for livestock.
Have you noticed that when you have this Kiko water to race horses, they run faster?
I wouldn't say they
Are you gonna
run
do that
faster.
experiment?
I wouldn't say they run fast because they run too fast for me. But they work out very vigorously. 1 hour, 2 hours, they always get injured. They're running, they get injured, they don't talk back. But the trainers all know that after they drink the Kiko water, their injury recovery time is so much faster. That's it.
Can you tell us what other industrial applications using Kiko technology?
Thank you, gentlemen, for the boiler knowledge here. It's quite very good. Everybody has boilers in big factories, hotels. But the biggest application is in cooling towers. Cooling towers affect the air conditioning of any hotel, factory, buildings, office towers. And typically, the air conditioning electricity bill is about 40% of the total electricity cost. The system that the Kiko technology can be used is what you call a cooling tower. These are air-cooled, normally on the top of the building. They circulate air through it. This then goes into a chiller. Water is very cold, 4 or 5 degrees centigrade, and that's what you use for air conditioning the whole building. Again, you have scale, calcium scale, silica scales. They will coat the inside of a chiller, this is called, and there will be rust occurring. And most companies just use chemical treatment, lots of biocides, they may use phosphates to control the hardness. It's a pure chemical approach. Not many companies take a physics approach to it. Change the physics of water. And that's what we do with Kiko stones. We put them into a cooling tower basin. It's very simple. We have the technology
Where
inside
do you
the
place it
building.
exactly?
We put them into the water sump inside the cooling tower, and there's another tank called the makeup water. Put it inside there, and through my research over the last 8 years here, these will last 3 to 5 years without any maintenance, and it'll keep the entire system clean. You will be able to save perhaps 5 to 15% off your electricity bill if you can keep your cooling water system and chiller system clean.
Clean. So economically, you don't have a chemical wash, you do less maintenance, and the water quality is better.
That's true. You have a reduction in chemicals, you have a reduction in biocides. Most of the time in the cooling water system, that is called the biocides, very strong to kill fungus, bacteria in the air. Reduce that, obviously it has an environmental impact. I don't say zero biocides, but you can reduce it 50%, 80%, and it's a significant cost. And the second part is maintenance. Companies spend hundreds of thousands of dollars a year repairing equipment, fixing holes, repairing tubing, heat exchangers. You can save a lot of money in that area.
What about in the hotel sector, hospitality sector? What do you use this Kiko
Yeah, so
technology in
we mentioned
hotels?
boilers, cooling waters, chillers.
How about
You can use them in the showers. Again, showers are a pipeline. The water comes in. If you can make the water softer and you shower with it, you can use actually less detergents, less shampoo. Again, it's environmentally friendly. In many hotels, we have them in the kitchen. Again, people use hot
for
water.
cooking?
We use hot water. The hot water heaters scale up. People use them for cooking rice with this water. People make soup stock with it as well because of the surface tension. So within a hotel, there's probably 15, 16 different applications.
I see. Any other industrial sector that you think that Kiko technology can be used?
Well, I've already described probably 98% of all applications.
So that's more than enough for
more
Kiko
than enough for
technology.
Kiko.
Thank
Maybe
you
there's
very
one
much.
thing, can I add? Just now, you were talking about the hotels. According to my trials in my house and in my friend's hotel, we tried using it in the water tank, and we find out that the scale from the shower head, normally the shower head will clog up, and then the scale fall off. We don't need to, clean the shower head again. The water faucet, same thing. Water faucet, many hotel rooms drip. With this thing, it does not drip anymore. You see?
I see.
That's what we can add in the hotel field.
Okay. Thank you very much, gentlemen.